What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at this 2022 Nissan Murano. Huge shout out and thank you to Flo Nissan of Statesville. They're providing this SUV for today's video. Definitely check out their website linked down below. And the model that we're looking at today is an SL front wheel drive, finished off in Boulder Gray, and it has an MSRP at $42,500. Underneath the hood, this 2022 Murano utilizes a 3.5-liter 6-cylinder engine. This V6 pumps out 260 horsepower and 240 pound-feet of torque. It's paired to a CVT transmission and sends the power to the front wheels. And with a curb weight around 3,900 pounds and running on a 19-gallon fuel tank, you're looking at 20 miles per gallon in the city with 28 out on the highway. The overall length is 192.8 inches with wheelbase at 111.2. Height is 67.8 with width at 75.4 inches, and then ground clearance is 6.9 inches. Taking a look at the exterior styling with this 2022 Nissan Murano, this has a lot of really cool lines all around and some pretty cool proportions. You can see we have a set of LED headlights with LED daytime running lights. You can see there's a turn signal in the lower portion that is also LED, and they have a really cool look. In the center, you can see some chrome for the grille surround, as well as gloss black for the mesh. We had a chrome Nissan logo with a forward-facing camera, and then more gloss black in the lower portion of this bumper. There's 4 parking sensors up front, and then LED fog lights in the farthest side with some gloss black trim. There's another chrome piece in the lower portion of the bumper, and then a lot of mesh in the lower portion as well, finished off with a plastic mesh design for more cooling to the engine. The front bumper protrudes outward quite a lot to give it a pretty unique design, and then you can see how the hood flows towards the grille with sharp lines on the left and right side and a really smooth section right in the center. Moving to the side profile, this gets a set of 20-inch wheels finished off in a multi-spoke design with a 2-tone color. You can see the machine silver and then the metallic gray. Then there's a plastic trim piece around the fender arches and then plastic in the center portion of the side skirt, and it also has a chrome trim piece. The Murano gets chrome door handles as well as body colored mirror caps with an integrated LED turn signal as well as a side view camera. And then there's all chrome trim around the windows, and I really like how the B pillar is blacked out, and you get a really cool gloss black section for the C pillar, and it all blends together to make the roof appear like it's floating. This has a very proportional side profile, and you can see these silver roof rails up top as well as a shark fin antenna. You can see how there's a sharp body line going from the taillights under the side mirrors and towards the headlights, and then all the fenders bulge out very well. And then moving to the rear end of the Murano, you'll see a body color spoiler all integrated up top with some gloss black trim and the third brake light. These LED taillights have a really sharp design similar to what you saw up front for the headlights, and I really like the red checkmark design for this light. There's a blacked out housing, very sharp design. Nissan logo is in the center with SL to the right and Murano on the left, and then there's a trim piece right in the center of this liftgate. There's chrome trim in the lower portion of the bumper underneath the liftgate, and then all throughout the center portion of this bumper. There's also 4 parking sensors back here and an integrated dual exhaust. So there's a good look at the exterior with the 2022 Nissan Murano. This color especially looks really cool with all these sharp lines. It's a pretty cool looking crossover. We have Nissan's key fob, and this even does have remote start. I can go ahead and lock it and then hold down on the button, and the engine's gonna automatically roar to life. You can hear it start up, really convenient feature. And then if I just press the button again, it'll shut off. And then keeping the key fob in my pocket, all I have to do is grab the door handle, and then I can press the button. It'll automatically unlock, and we can check out this interior. This Murano gets a black leather interior with silver accents all throughout it. You can see we have black leather along the door armrest with some stitching and padding, your grab handle, all of your window controls, lock and unlock and mirror controls, a chrome lever to release the door handle, as well as memory seating, and then storage down below. Moving inside, we get Murano on this aluminum colored door sill, then all the power controls on the left side of the seat with some smooth leather along the seat and perforated leather right in the center. Has a really nice look to it, looks very comfortable already with all the stitching and leather. And then we get a black leather steering wheel with gray trim. And then now inside the Murano, keeping my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. Taking a look at the gauge cluster now, we have a tachometer on the left with your engine temperature, and then the speedometer as well as fuel over to the right. You can control the LCD screen that's in the center using the controls over on the left side of the steering wheel. So if we go ahead and take a look right now, you can see the compass setup, and then by just going left and right, you can go through all the different pages for audio. We have navigation information as well as information within the car. Then we have your fuel information, some of the driving aids, and then even speed limit pops up, and then more information all within the car. So really cool to see everything that's in this car. Over on the right side of the steering wheel, we have all of your controls for cruise control. You can turn that on and off. And then on the left side, we have some Bluetooth and audio controls. On the left stalk, we have your turn signal stalk and headlights. Then we have windshield wiper controls to the right. And then on the left side of the steering wheel, we have your heated steering wheel control, traction control, power liftgate, as well as the lane keeping assist button. We have interior dimming and the trip reset, one of the air vents, and then some smooth black leather around the gauge surround. You can see a really cool silver trim piece that has like an aluminum color going through this entire dash and into the door panel, and then a lot of really cool contours all within this. It really matches the exterior design with all those sloping looks. You can see a silver trim piece right in the center around the navigation screen. We have shortcut buttons on the left and the right side, then the nav system right in the center. This is touchscreen, and you can control everything you see. You have point of interest that'll pop up as well. And then going under the menu icon, you can see everything that you have. You have an information icon with a few things, audio controls, phone control. We have settings that can come up as well. And then your volume on the left and tuning on the right. If I go ahead and put this into reverse now, your standard backup camera comes up on the left, and then we get a top-down view over on the right side. So I really like how you get that integration. All of your sonar sensors come up on the center screen as well. And then if we go ahead and put it back into park. Beneath the screen, we have all of your climate controls with your dual zone temperature. I can turn this on by pressing this button, and you can see more of the controls and how everything works. So really simple the way everything is set up. We have the start stop button, a 12 volt, and then some USB ports, and then your gear selector down here. There's quite a lot of storage and 2 cup holders, heated seat controls, and then more of this black leather aluminum color, and then more of the stitching and everything. I like how this is divided into 2 pieces with this aluminum color piece in the center. Opening up the center console, we have quite a lot of storage space in here. And then taking a look at the storage over on the right, we can open up this bucket and we have a really good amount of space. And then one last look at the interior. Definitely a pretty cool car, the way everything is designed, and these seats look fantastic. And then taking a look at the rear seat space, I can go ahead and open up the door. The door panel is finished off very similarly to the front with the leather and stitching and that cool aluminum colored trim piece. We have the same smooth black leather back here with all the stitching, and then the perforated leather in the center. So a really cool look for the rear seats. We also get some amenities like storage behind these front seats. We have air vents, heated seats, 2 USB ports, and then a little bit of storage. And then hopping into the back seat now with the Murano. So I'm 5'11" sitting back here, and I have the driver's seat set at my height, and I have a lot of knee room and a lot of foot room as well. The armrest is in a really good place, and we have quite a lot of glass back here, and I like how I can even see this third piece of glass right there. These seats do recline. There's a fabric lever that I can pull and pull these all the way back, and it reclines a really good amount, making this pretty comfortable. If I pull it back up into the upright position, you can see how much different it is from the seat to the right side of me. And then in this center piece, you can even pull this down, and we have 2 cup holders down here with a little bit of storage and a good armrest. Moving on to the cargo area, you have a button on the key fob, the rear liftgate, as well as the interior to open up the power liftgate. However, I can also just stand right behind it and kick my foot underneath. If I hold it there for about 2 seconds, it's going to automatically beep and then unlock. So you can hear it beep, and then it's going to power open up. We have quite a lot of space in here. This is just a 2-row vehicle. It's nice and squared off, and the fender flares are not really in the way, so I think you can fit quite a lot of luggage in here. And then over on the right and left side, there's a handle that you can pull. It's going to automatically pull out and fold these seats down to give you a lot of access. So with those seats folded down, you can see just how much more storage space we have. And then going back through the doors, you can see how they fold down nice and flat, really making the Murano a pretty practical SUV. Alright guys, so we are now setting off with the 2022 Nissan Murano. Now this generation has been around for quite some time, and I would assume that 2023 is probably going to get a full refresh like you've seen in other cars from Nissan. So getting my bearings with this, first off, this trim level is really nice with all the leather, the nice trim and things like that. And then as far as visibility, we have a pretty large windshield. Mirrors all do a good job. And there's quite a lot of glass up front. Looking over my left and right shoulders, visibility overall is pretty good. I would say the rear C-pillar is a little bulky, but honestly, when you get your mirrors adjusted properly, it's not really a big deal. So we'll go ahead and test out the acceleration with the CVT and V6. So just giving it some gas. Obviously, you don't feel any gear changes or anything since there's no gears with a continuous variable transmission like that. But we're right up to 40 miles an hour just like that. And then as far as interior comfort, getting the seat where I'd like it, you do get a lot of padding in it, and the armrests are in a great place. Really comfortable seat to sit in here. And I'd say it's a pretty roomy car overall. I think you have a lot of interior space that I think a lot of different people could be pretty comfortable in an SUV like this. Taking some turns a little bit quicker, around 45 miles an hour. Seems pretty solid and nice and composed. Not really any loose ends. And it's pretty quiet in here overall. I'm on a bumpy road, you don't really hear much. And then if I hit the brakes, testing that out, we have a little bit of weight for this crossover. It brings it down to a slow speed pretty easily. And then we'll do a 3-point turn, or it's just a turnaround in this parking lot. So we're front wheel drive, but honestly you have a pretty good turning circle, nice and tight, and just kind of easy to drive. This is a pretty good smaller size or mid-size, I would say, crossover SUV. Getting back up. Wow, when you do give it some more gas, it actually gets up and goes. I like how it does have a pretty good motor with the transmission, so it's not like just a little 4-cylinder or something. It actually gets up to speed really nicely. And then using the interior, I think it's pretty simple as well with all the button layout, so it's a really easy car to just get used to. And normal driving, it's pretty comfortable. You can see a lot of the hood, so it's kind of cool to be able to see that. This definitely has a lot of really cool, like, sharp angles and sloping lines. It has a lot of cool designs to it overall to make it stand out. But just normal driving, I don't really see any complaints with it. It just feels like a nice, comfortable vehicle. Price point is pretty good. I think Nissan does a good job making it to where they're pretty affordable, even for a more fully loaded vehicle like this one that we're in, not breaking the bank at all. So definitely a good selling feature for one of these cars. You can kind of get the whole package without really breaking the bank. So I think that's about it then for the Nissan Murano. Really not much to complain about. Comfortable, nice car to be in. I'm sure a refresh is going to be coming very soon, so that'll be kind of interesting to see what they do to change this up, to update it with some more modern things. I'd say the only things I noticed are some of the buttons look a little outdated because these buttons have been in Nissans for a long time. So of course a new one is definitely going to be coming. But I think that's it then. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And then definitely check out Flow Nissan of Statesville. Big shout out and thank you to them for providing this Murano for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next video.